All right, Star Trek Picard Season 2 expectations. Here we go. So we finally got the, I believe, last trailer here a couple days ago, and I've watched it a few times. I have my thoughts on it. I have my opinions on it. So let's just get into it and how I'm going to hopefully feel about Season 2 Star Trek Picard. So it's no secret that Season 1 I wasn't a huge fan of. Was there certain moments that I enjoyed? Sure. But the overall story and a lot of the new characters they introduced, I thought flopped. I did not care for really any of the new characters. I found no real redeeming qualities in any of them, and I just did not resonate with any of them. They just weren't that great of characters. They're very much Discovery-esque characters, and we all know Star Trek Discovery isn't too good. But moments like seeing 7 of 9 for the first time again, seeing Riker and Troy and Data and some various other former characters, that was cool to see, of course. But the overall story of Season 1 was a little meh, in my opinion. It could have been a little bit better. But with that said, I'm a Star Trek fan, and I want it to succeed. I want it to be good. I don't want to just hate on something. I want it to be good, and I want to enjoy it. So going forward to Season 2 here, it looks way more promising than Season 1. It feels like they have a sense of direction and kind of what they want to do with all of the characters now. And there's obviously some big things going on in the story arc for Season 2, but it just feels like they know what they're doing at least a little bit more than the previous season. At least I'm hoping, at least the trailer kind of portrays that, right? So expectations for Season 2, I would imagine it's going to open up with Episode 1. Picard finally gets back from their mission or their adventure from Season 1, and he's just kind of easing back into the world a little bit. I think he's going to get reinstated as an admiral, something like that. And he's going to be getting back home, be like, oh, finally, you know, I could take a breather. And that's when probably roughly when Q's going to show up and be like, well, here's another test. And they're going to get thrown into an alternate timeline, which in Star Trek, it's always pretty interesting to tackle, right? So I think this alternate timeline, though, is going to be, I think, all season long, or roughly all season long. So it will be real interesting what they can do with that and what they do with the characters in the alternate timeline. It'd be really cool to see them really dig into that. Like, what are these certain decisions that these characters make? Because Picard does reference that in the trailer, that really sends you off into a certain path, right? And it's like the TNG episode when Picard gets stabbed in the heart. Him almost dying there made him the man that he was then, right? Because if he didn't almost die, he wouldn't be a person who stands up for himself as much and wants to push his career further, you know, etc., and all that good stuff. So it'll be interesting how they do the diverging timelines, right? And they also show that they go back to the year 2024, which I'm hoping they do this well. The majority of the Star Trek shows always kind of go back to our current day or very close to our current day and kind of reflect upon our times even more, a little more ham-handedly than, let's say, Star Trek is a reflection of our times normally, but just in their own future twist, right? So hopefully when they go back to 2024, it's not too ham-handed and be like, look how evil people are and look how bad it is to live in, you know, the 2020s. Hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it's actually important in the story and it makes sense for them going back to that point. I know they kind of tease the little kid with the Vulcan, so hopefully it is important, but we'll wait to see. Maybe I feel like that's going to be a storyline that I'm probably gonna roll my eyes a little bit at, but we'll see. I'll reserve judgment until then. But going kind of in the middle of the season, going towards the end, it's gonna be real interesting how everyone maybe is going to acknowledge each other and how everyone kind of needs one another. And when I say that, I'm not talking about like Picard's little new crew. I'm talking like Q and the Borg Queen and Picard. Like, do they all need one another? Do these certain events need to happen to keep the structural integrity of our timeline, our normal timeline? You know, these type of things. And is the Borg Queen going to acknowledge Q and vice versa? Like, that'd be some pretty epic stuff and some pretty interesting things. Regardless, though, the Borg Queen is back, and that's pretty cool, right? Because the last time I believe they talked about it in Season 1, there wasn't one. You know, all the ex-Borgs, like the Borg was not as big of a threat as it once was. And even 7 of 9 took over as the Borg Queen there for a quick second, which I really hate that they pulled out that card and it kind of flopped in the moment when they did it. That should have been super epic if they ever did that. And it kind of was, but it kind of wasn't at the same time. You know, it was just okay. So it'll be real fun to see a real Borg queen again. And I don't know if this is the part of the alternate timeline, or it's in the past, or it's in the super future. Who knows? I would assume it's in the alternate timeline of some sort, but you never know. You never know. But either way, super cool to see, and I'm really hoping we see some more legacy characters. I believe last season, what did we get? We got Riker, we got Troy, we got 7 of 9, Data was another one, and I think that was it for season 1. Maybe I'm incorrect, but I believe that was it. So for season 2, all of them could return. That'd be pretty cool. Obviously, Data is officially dead, but Brent Spiner is going to return. We saw him in the trailer, so that's cool. I want all of them. I want Riker, I want Troy, I want Beverly Crusher, I want Geordi, I want Worf, I want them all. I'll even take Wesley Crusher. I want them all. I think that would be so cool to finally get them all back on screen in one way or another. Do what Star Wars didn't do and put all of our beloved characters back on screen together at least one last time. Please do that, Star Trek. Truly, who knows if we're ever going to have all of them together again. So just please do it. Do it, do it, do it. I want to see, even if it's an alternate timeline and it's like yesterday's Enterprise, right? Or something like that. I want to see Worf. I want to see Picard. I want to see Riker, Troy, Crusher, Geordi, anyone else you want to throw in there from TNG, all on the bridge of the ship, and it would be a pretty epic scene to see that one last time at the very least. Even if it's alternate timeline stuff, like, I mean, Star Trek fans would just gobble that up, and it would be pretty awesome to see. I really hope they bring back Worf and Geordi for this season, because I felt like they really missed on that, not having it last season, and we'll see if they do that. Hope they do. And another thing too, I really hope they improve upon all the season 1 characters that got introduced, because like I said, I just did not care for them. They did not resonate with me very much. And how is like the Agnes character, right? I believe it's like Dr. Agnes something, right? Who really cares? She literally kills someone in cold blood. Dr. Maddox, who from TNG, right? She killed him in cold blood, and there is just no repercussions, and everyone just is just like, oh, yeah, that's cool. We'll just accept you back to the group. No problems at all. It's all good. What? It makes no sense. No sense at all. And there's the other characters that are just fine, I guess. The Raffi character honestly annoys me. The man who pilots the ship, I don't even remember his name. He's okay, I guess. Hopefully he's better in season 2. Like he has like a reason to exist in the show. That'd be cool. And for 7 of 9, I would like her to actually act like 7 of 9 here and there. That'd be cool, other than just like Jerry Ryan with Borg makeup. So with all that said, I don't know what else to bring to the table here. I think Star Trek Picard season 1 was pretty meh, not that great, but had some fun moments, and hopefully Star Trek Picard season 2 hits it out of the park, hits a home run, and is just awesome. I really hope that's the case. That'd just be great. Regardless, we're gonna have some cool moments with Picard and Q, Picard and the Borg Queen, Picard and Guinan, and hopefully some other great TNG characters are going to interact with Picard, and hopefully the diverting timeline stuff will be pretty cool to watch. If they at least do that stuff correctly, I think season 2 will be a step up from season 1, and it will be enjoyable to watch, regardless of if they do anything else not too great. Well, with all that said, what are your thoughts and expectations for Star Trek Picard season 2? Are you excited for it? Are you kind of hesitant for it? Let me know down below in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Until next time, guys, everyone have a great day. Thanks for watching.